hear us.
Can you hear me?
Important.
Can you hear me right now? Can you hear me? Are we live on YouTube?
Yes.
We are?
Live on YouTube.
We are live. It still says I'm waiting. It still says waiting for Refuge Medical
Shows
on
live
YouTube.
On my end.
Okay, let me just restart the app then. Maybe I'm messing up. There it is. Now I see that I'm live. Oh,
And
sweet.
we have sound.
Sweet. That's right. 5x5. Rock and roll. What's up, you party people? Share this out with all your homies. Let them know we're going live, that we're here. It's a party. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. A bunch of people have been emailing me nonstop about the end of the year blowout sales, so we're going to talk about that a little bit. Talk about some cool upcoming opportunities for you guys. A lot of people have been asking about training. Hey, Bob, when are you guys going to train? Well, that's a great question, random person in my head. Why are you talking so loud? Well, today we're going to talk about it. But first things first, this is the Refuge HQ live stream. We do this every single week to give you guys the opportunity to ask questions, to yell at us, to celebrate the victories and mourn for the losses, as well as, just kind of touch base, take a temperature check, make sure you're doing good. You guys get to make sure that I'm doing good. So in the chat right now, just let me know how you're doing. How's everybody's day going? How's the week going? What you got going on? Anything cool? Anything exciting? Anything we need to pray about? Any of that stuff, go ahead, throw it in the chat right now. That way we can talk about it. What up, medical stuff people? What's up, Josephus? I love that name, dude. I might name my next son Josephus. I probably won't, to be honest. Shalom, Ghost. What's up, man? Yes, training. Everybody's excited about training, huh? The Wolf Angel said meh, so I hope that meh is turned into a yeah instead of a nah. You know what I mean? Doing good. Just sold my car. Heck yeah, man. That gives you free funds to use on this awesome end of the year blowout sale. No, I'm just joking, man. Use your funds responsibly. I'm glad you sold your car. Hopefully it was an easy process. I've sold some cars in the past and it was freaking hard. Received my Black Friday order. Thank you. Was blessed to be in the second 100 orders and received a free gift. Dude, that's awesome, Daniel. Yeah, Black Friday, we sent out a bunch of free first aid kits. Here for the end of the year, we're doing the blowout sale, and that's to give you guys, free funds to do whatever with. We kind of are cutting down our profit by almost all of it, just so that way we're not taxed on that inventory. And it's like, the world is getting significantly weirder. What's up?
Okay. Just speaking of that, so we were over at Hattie's the other night, right?
Yeah.
And Ren's like, have you guys seen this movie? It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
I can't even remember what it was called. It was insane.
It's
was this movie where they come in and they topple the government from the inside.
Yeah.
And nobody's prepared and they're bombing the cities. And we're all watching that going, we really need to get our stuff together.
So I just saw another one that they're launching. It's called A24 or something like that. It's a Civil War movie. I shared it on my Instagram page just to let you guys know, hey, this is all programming. That's how they do this. They have to tell you what they're going to do. That it's a thing that they do consistently. And so, realistically, what's up, Akari? That's my brother right there. Shalom, shalom. Shalom to everybody in the chat, too. So anyways, they'll tell you what you do. So the world is getting significantly weirder. The conflict is growing and it's expanding. We now have conflict not just in Europe, not just in the Middle East. We also have conflict in South America. I don't know if you guys are tracking on that, but we have major conflict in South America now. Guys, we're in North America. That's right above it. It's just right above it. So there's been ongoing conflict in Mexico for the last ever since the cartel started, but it's gotten pretty intense. And then you've got what is it? There's a whole. I'm not a world politics guy, a global politics guy, but I do know that there's some pretty extensive conflict going on in the South. So this is a good time to make sure that your caches are good. This is a good time to make sure that your preps are up. You've done a good inventory. You know what you have, what you need. It's a good time to check on your emergency evacuation plans. Good time to check on your bug out plans, your bug in plans, right? Talk to the people in your group, your family. Does your family know what to do in case of an emergency, right? Because I got good news and bad news. I'll do bad news first. So the bad news is it's not getting better. It's not going to get better. Just because Venezuela or whoever elected a libertarian that also is not acting very much like a libertarian, that doesn't mean it's getting better. That's not how it's going to work. But the good news is you know about it now instead of as it's enacted upon you. So you need to get all of your ducks, not in a group, but in a row. Like now we're in actual ducks in a row moment, and make sure that you're good to go with your team, with your family, with your friends. I would be reaching out to your law enforcement locally. I'd be talking to them, having conversations like, hey, man, what happens if it gets weird? Guys, I don't know if you remember, but about 4 years ago, roughly 4 years ago, was when they started to press play on the largest, what's the word I can say on the internet? On the largest unfortunate event the world has ever seen that shut down the world. In a big way and gave control to certain groups. So it is absolutely, it's time. It's time to make sure that your stuff is in a row. So that's one of the reasons we're doing the big kit sale or the end of the year blowout sale too, is a lot of the stuff that we're putting on sale is stuff that works for multiple people. We want to make sure that mags and groups and families have the gear that they need to weather the incoming struggle. And I do believe that it's an incoming struggle, especially if you're living in densely populated areas. I think that's gonna get super duper weird.
So in the movie, they use this radiation weapon, and it's this sound, right? The guy's kid, his teeth start to fall out. Like literally just starts pulling out teeth, like radiation poisoning.
Wow.
His teeth start falling out. And the guy he was with was like, I know somebody. They go, guess who it is? It's a prepper's house.
Yep.
And he's got his gun, he's on his porch, and he's like, I'm taking care of my own. Like, I've got, basically, he's telling him, like, you can't come here and take my things. And the guy pleads with him and tells him, like, I know nothing. I can't do anything without my cell phone and GPS. Like, he goes through the whole thing, tells him, like, I'm useless.
Yep.
I know it. And he ends up giving him money to get pills for his son. But, like, the whole thing, it was one thing after another. We were on the edge of our seats. Like,
Guys, this, like, there's they never put preppers in movies. Like, you should pay attention here. Like, honestly, they're overwhelming you with information in the large scale media. You need to take a step back and look at the whole picture and go, oh, okay, they're priming the bulb right now on this engine. Here we go.
Guess
Right?
who's part of producing it?
Yeah, the Obamas.
The Obamas.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't gonna bring that up, but you know, take that tinfoil hat and set it over here. Realistically, you and your family need this in case of a natural disaster, an emergency, fires, whether train cars magically derail and create chemical bombs, whether, you know, that manufacturing plant that's down the road decides to yeet itself off the planet for no reason. You know, all those things that just started happening, right? And so, Baccarat says they gonna cut the power, folks. Yeah, now's a good time to make sure that your independent systems are good. And if you don't have independent systems, get them.
Interestingly enough, in the movie, they didn't cut the power. They cut all communication.
Yeah.
So no one knew.
Well, and they've been priming that in the news, too. They've been saying that the internet could experience a huge outage.
There's going to be a blackout. We've been hearing that for a while.
So, you know, I don't know another way to say it, guys. I really do think that, you know, even if you're good, so say like, okay, I've got, you know, my preps are solid, my skills are solid, because that's the most important thing. Guys, if you're storing thousands of pounds of beans, but you don't know how to cook beans, that's just like a special type of stupid. You're not gonna learn how to do things on the worst day of your life. You're gonna fall to the level in which you trained. So you should really be focusing on your skills right now. But if you've got your skills, you've got your food, say you've got your medical, you've got commo, whatever that is, if it's a tin can, if it's a carrier pigeon, whatever, now might be the time to start taking care of the people around you too. Like, love your neighbor. And loving your neighbor isn't always like, you should be prepping for the end of the world. Sometimes it's like, hey man, here's a wound care bucket. I love you. I know you don't think the world's gonna get crazy. I hope you never have to use this, but I want you to have it in case somebody gets hurt and you can't afford the hospital, you can't afford to keep treating it. This is a great way to tend to wounds, right? And there's a bunch of kits that really play well into that. My favorite kit that I don't like, hasn't been using for I haven't been using it for its designed use is the OSHA compliance kit. Because the OSHA compliance kit is like the first aid kit that's built out for the workplace, but I work a lot at my house. And so it has the boo-boos, has some prolonged field care, it has trauma, it has pretty much everything you need in a watertight case, right? You got to remember, like, preserving it too. Like, I have a bunch of nylon kits and they're really good. I've done everything I can to preserve them from water. Anybody who was tracking on the overnight rain ruck saw that. But the OSHA compliance kit coming in this pressurized waterproof case, that's a big deal. You also have like a full components list. Whoa, oh my gosh. Yep. Well, you have a bunch of stuff falling out on you. Hold on, I'll get it.
It's been sitting in media probably.
Yeah, it's been thrown around. The media department keeps throwing it around. This kit's so packed, it's exploding out the second I open it. But in all reality, guys, there's some really good stuff. I mean, you have CPR, you have trauma, that's a tourniquet, you got burn shield dressings, you have over-the-counter meds, over-the-counter wipes, burn shield, or additional small packages of burn shield too. Splinting, additional gauzes, bandages, extra triangle bandages, survival blankets, cold packs, eye wash, tape, Coban, ace wraps, all of that coming in the OSHA compliance kit. And then when you get the advanced, which I recommend you do, not because of the price point, but because it's really not that much more expensive to get additional trauma gear. So that's like your chest seals, your hemostatic impregnated gauze, all that stuff. It's high quality, folks.
Well, and that one's good because if you have a flood or any kind of water, if you're in a storm, you have a legitimately airtight waterproof kit.
And you might be wondering, like, is it actually waterproof? Yeah, dude, we filled this full of rocks. When we were testing new cases, we filled this full of rocks, tied a rope to it, and yeeted it into a lake with a piece of paper in there. And the piece of paper was good. I mean, it was all beat to crap because the rocks in the case, but it was dry, right? So I really recommend the OSHA compliance kit for home. That is a sweet home first aid kit, and it's not as expensive as the adventure kit. And I know the adventure kit is just a banging kit because it's got the awesome bag and it's got a little bit different capability. But if you're looking for something that you can set in the house as a first aid kit, the OSHA compliance kit, it literally exceeds the regulations for a first aid kit for a steel mill. So I'm pretty sure it's going to work for your farm, as well as its components that you would use every day. Like, have you ever needed eye wash? I have, because dirt exists and my eyeballs also exist and the two have met before. And so I would seriously think about that. Those are on sale right now in this sale that we're doing, trying to make sure you guys have the components you need. So get it now. Use your HSA and your FSA cards. If you're not using your HSA or FSA because you don't have it, that's fine. We take regular money too. We also take gold and silver, platinum. We can't take uranium. The feds get weird about it, but I would, baby, if it was a different world. Oh, yeah, so Hemi says, I've got an ox in the storm shelter. Now I just need a storm shelter. Great. I don't understand. Did you just say yeet? Yeah, I did. I did just say yeet. I almost
Is that
said,
Okie for send it?
yeah, that is Okie for send it. There's also yoink. And so yoink is like the past tense of yeeted. I yoinked it, That's just the difference. I honestly don't know how these kids understand each other. Pretty soon it's all just going to be babble, and there's going to be a group of us that speak English, and then there's going to be this other group that speak like modern education system.
The new Tower of Babel.
Yeah.
Like it's news, like society.
Pretty flunky. Yeah, absolutely.
We had aid rendered by Ghost.
Whoa, had to render aid yesterday. I put a grinding wheel into my leg. Used two 2x2 gauze pads and a roll of 4-inch gauze to make a pressure bandage and went back to work. Well, bless you, Ghost, that you didn't hit an artery or anything serious, brother. Go ahead and email over to admin at Refuge Medical, because I don't know if you guys know this, we'll actually replace those components, because the whole reason we do this is to save lives while in service to the Father's kingdom. That's why. That's why we do this. So go ahead, reach out to us, and get those components replaced. Yeah, I'm definitely glad you're okay, Ghost.
Almondova over on Instagram said, you need more pic of the smash kit on the site. We will get that done.
You know what? We'll do more pics of the Smash Kit on the site. We can make that happen. It's not a kit that we talk a lot about because it was such a specialty kit. But here's the thing with the Smash is, so you get the Smash Kit or the Crash Kit and you add the Crash Vac, right? So the Crash Vac sits on your headrest right here, so that way you can reach it, okay? Yeah, if you want to hand it to me, that'd be great. And the cool thing about the Crash Vac is that it's vacuum sealed. So it's a bare vac that's been built out and then vacuum sealed together to ensure that, like, heaven forbid your car goes into water or something like that, the kit's not compromised and you can still use it. So you open this bad mamma jamma up, right? And it would sit on the headrest like so. You'll pull it out, okay? Once you open it, you'll see your tourniquet still readily available, right? Your ETD still readily available. But then in the bottom here, your trauma pack has been vacuum sealed, right? So all of the gauzes, the bandages, everything in there, that is not, you know, suffering a potential, you know, loss of value or loss of efficacy due to water.
Hey, that has been in media for, I think that, I don't know, it's been floating around. Maybe it has been in media, but that thing's still vacuum sealed.
Yeah, this was vacuum sealed probably a year or two ago. And then even in the back too, we vacuum seal your respiratory set here, and then you got your shears as well. So I mean, guys, there's not actually, this is the best price on a bare vac right now. You just also have to buy the Crash Vac or the Crash Kit. Now here's the cool thing about the Crash Kit. The Crash Kit allows you to, with strength, render aid. Hey guys, shh, I'm talking to the internet. And I'm trying to explain to them how important Crash Kits are, and you guys are having what I assume to be valuable conversation, but you just got to do it at a lower volume level. Sometimes you got to just be the guy. Anywho's your winky doodle. So the Crash Kit's great because it gives you extreme capability to render aid to somebody else who's been in an accident, right? And that's a lot of the reasons I carry first aid gear. It's not just me, right? I'm not just trying to like selflessly save myself, but rather if I roll up on an accident, which I've done now multiple times, I'm sure you guys have seen accidents all the time, and EMS isn't there, that person might need help. And the Good Samaritan Act, depending on what state you are in, really protects you when you help others and you act as a good Samaritan, right? Which, by the way, is a Christian principle that's like based off of Messiah because of the Good Samaritan in the Bible. Like, you should read it. It's a good story. It's a good time.
There was a guy that was pretty adamant over on the Prepping for Survival page, one of those, that doing a tourniquet was not part of Good Samaritan. But you have to remember, you are not allowed to make more holes, but you can plug the holes.
You can plug holes.
The bleeding from that.
Absolutely. We had a comment I wanted to mention really quick. Where'd it go? Oh, okay. JAP. Pray for my sober house. Rockin', about to lose my crap, living in a heathen's hellhole while I recover from inside, outside, upside, downside world. I'm in pistol waving New Haven. Shalom in my, Shalom in my little butt off. I'll absolutely pray for you, brother. Sobriety is a battle every single day. I try to remind myself that I've been sober since I woke up this morning, and I'm going to try to do it until I go to bed. It is not easy. The world wants you to use a bunch of different inebriants. They want you to be intoxicated with alcohol or with marijuana or with pills or with, a bunch of different stuff. Guys, be drunk in the spirit. Seek the Creator. Seriously, because it's such a better way to live. And trust me, friends, trust me, I know the opposite. I really do. And so I'm going to be praying for you, Jap. I really am. And I'll reach out to some friends where we talk about our mental insanity and addiction, and we'll come together in prayer for you there too, because that's some powerful stuff. I know what it's like to be in one of those houses where you just feel alone, and you're not. You are not alone. I know that this is a medical company that is selling first aid kits, but guys, we all know that we're more than that. This is a community of people, right? We are a community of individuals that come together to try to make life better, to preserve our way of living so that our generations are blessed, right? That's the whole point here, is to save lives while in service to the Father's kingdom and experience the abundance of his provision and blessing, right? It's not to wallow in fear and self-pity and doubt and, no. We're operating from positions of strength here, and we're doing it with a biblical foundation, and that's really what matters. Paladin said, stop having fun at work over there. They're not having fun. They're discussing who gets the watchtower for those who come looking for weed. I think Jadis gets the watchtower. Jadis, you get the watchtower? That's how good. He wandered off. See, we don't even know where he is. Right now, he's probably working a security perimeter right now. He's doing a quick patrol, making sure the grounds are safe. Perspective, all sin is a battle. Amen, Hemi. That is so true, brother. I was part of the first EMT team that set up medical response for the Minnesota casinos in 1991, and we would have been in heaven if this stuff was available. And that's the thing with a lot of our kits that people don't understand. Like, we have talked to tier 1 operational medics. We've talked to EMTs. We've talked to paramedics. We've talked to PJs. We've talked to civilians. We've talked to hospital personnel, surgeons, ER trauma nurses. And they're like, man, I wish that I had what you guys have. I honestly do wish that I had what you guys have. And it's so hard for them to get it because of funding and bureaucracy and a bunch of red tape, that it should be a sign to you to take advantage of these resources while they're still available. Because that's the thing. All of this can go away. Guys, I don't know if you know this, but majority of our transactions happen on the internet. If they turn the internet off and you don't live next door to our store, it's going to be hard for you to get some stuff. So make sure that you're getting your stuff now. Seriously, capitalize on this sale. It's no joke.
Hey, to touch on the EMT thing really quick, interestingly enough, I heard 2 different times recently. A guy was saying he's a nurse, he's going to EMT training, so he got talked into doing it. And he was really interested to see if they were still going to be teaching the ABCs, because he went to nursing school in 2020.
Right.
They were still teaching the ABCs and life over limb. And then the other thing I heard, I was listening to a live stream the other day, the replay, and this lady was talking about her ex who was in medical school, and how he was saying they are so far behind. They're still teaching such outdated stuff in medical school. So you guys are learning more than what they're learning going to school.
With that, my sister just graduated. She actually graduates from nursing school today. Her ceremony is this afternoon. Praise Yah that she did that. And it's awesome. I have taught her stuff about trauma medicine. She's in school right now. She's in Chicago. She's going to an awesome nursing school. She's in an amazing nursing program. Amazing, right? And still, like, guys, dirt medicine's different. It really, really is, because what works in the field, in the dirt, in the mud, in the rain, in the shattered glass isn't the same as what works in the beautiful, nice hospital where everybody's there and we can do all the things and have all the machines and have all the techs. That's not the case when the car hits the car. That's not the case when the refinery explodes. That's not the case when the train derails, right? You have to seriously think about that. You have to really consider as to the fact that you will be your first responder. You're there, right? And so if you will be your first responder, do you have the tools to respond? I know guys that carry 17 extra magazines, but don't carry a tourniquet and quick clot, right? But we know that majority, almost 90% of traumatic injury deaths are centered around massive bleeding, right? And, guns are really good at making holes in things. So really think about that.
Robert Bates said state EMS directors set standards, and you cannot go below or above those standards unless and until it is approved by the review board. And then
bureaucracy.
I don't know how to say that. Acres. Just finished my EMT. ABCs and Life Over Limb is the current curriculum. That
Which is insane.
Terrifying. Those are the people that are coming to save you.
Those are your EMTs. So they're going to prioritize your airway, right? So if you're not breathing, what they're going to do is they're going to come up and start CPR. So they're going to start pumping, right? And if you have a hole, as they're pumping, guess what that does? It pushes the blood out of your body, right? Guys, this is who responds. Okay, and it's not their fault. It's the curriculum. You don't know. Like, why is Like, is it miseducation? I don't know. But
The
there's
question
something
is,
serious to that.
Are they going to get in trouble? So because they're certified, right? Will they get in trouble if they go above because they've learned something like you taught your sister, right? So if they're like, if they don't follow the
I don't
protocol
know.
they've been taught, are they going to get in trouble?
I don't know, and that's really a question that you would probably have to ask yourself, your leadership, right? Maybe a lawyer. I'd probably contact a lawyer. As a dude who's gone through EMT, like, there's a reason I'm not certified in this state, because it's weird. And so really think about this stuff, because it's not that it's coming, it's that it's at the door,
Yeah.
right? It's actually in the house. We've been letting people in the house now for a while, and like, we're at 50% of the continents, okay? We're over 50% because Africa is seeing conflict, like Asia's not seeing conflict, and North America's not seeing conflict right now. But pretty much everywhere else, and Alaska, right? They're not seeing conflict. That's it, dude. 4 out of 7? I might be getting ready, guys. I might have a Mac 4 on me, right? Because it can handle a mass casualty for 4 people. And I know a lot more than 4 people, and I hang out with a lot more than 4 people. Like, I carry 4 people in my car regularly. And so, like, there's something to that, right? Hackers are ramping things up. Add that with worker and supply chain shortages. If you can get some, get some. Yeah, it's super real. We're fighting the supply chain shortages over here. I don't know if you guys know this. Medical components.
Shears?
What?
Shears.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
trying to get shears.
Shears
right
are
now.
so hard right now. Last year we were really trying to make shears in the U.S., and now we're just trying to get shears.
Yeah, he was scouring the building earlier trying to find
Yeah,
shears.
and that's I'm really, really trying. Bob, are you wearing the ankle fac? No, I'm not, because the ankle fac that I had, I sent to somebody. So
TJ won't let go of his.
And
so.
TJ will not let go of his. He's wearing it every single day. So I know for a fact the ankle fac works. It's awesome. They're going to be shipping next week. They'll be out the door, and there should be some more in stock if you guys haven't gotten it. Bullets only go one way, Bob. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's right. Dude, I'm invincible. Nobody else can beat me. It's fine. Trust me,
And
tremendous.
there's never, ever, ever, ever another reason that you would need a tourniquet, because it's only bullets that you need tourniquets for.
Yeah, Hemi brings up a great point. He said the southern border would disagree with the lack of conflict. Yeah, they would. But we can't talk too much about that. Otherwise, all these platforms will go away, and we won't be able to have any conversation, let alone, filtered conversation, which we try to do. Just ordered the surgical suture kit. Cannot wait to put together our medical gear. Stealth mode, that's freaking awesome, bro.
Have you talked about that yet?
I haven't really talked about it, but I'd love to talk about it. I ain't got no problem talking about that.
A great way for people to practice.
Guys, this is an awesome way for people to practice. So the surgical suture kit is a little kit that I first looked into probably about a year and a half ago, and I got really busy, and so my awesome director of operations, Brittany, she sourced this and found this. So this is a group of assorted sutures right here. Then you've got a couple of different Kellys. You've got a straight and 2 curved, right? And then you have a suture pad, like so. And this awesome little suture pad, I'm going to open it because I can do that. Hold on. Comes in all this awesome, super good to breathe in plastic. Very healthy. Much for health now. So this little piece of rubber has lacerations of different shapes, sizes, and variety. And what you do is you can practice suturing different types. And so there's a bagajillion videos on the interwebs on how to suture. There's awesome books out there and available for you. It's a really cool skill to have, I hope that nobody ever has to do that the hospital is always open, that you can always go to the hospital and have somebody suture you up there. However, I'm one of those dudes that I try to plan for the worst and hope for the best. And so if I'm planning for the worst, it might be good to know how to run a quick stitch, whether it's a easy little laceration or whether you got to pull something out of somebody, right, and stitch someone up.
I really think that along with your March E, if you're a prepper or you want to be prepared, that one is one you really should know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like just basic.
Yeah, if you're a prepper and you're not trying to do that, I don't know what type of prepper you are. And honestly, dude, I like the fact that we included different size of sutures because it depends on like what type of wound it is, what type of suture you're going to use. So we have 2/0, 3/0, 4/0, and 5/0 here. So you have the itty bitty all the way up to that beef, right? And so definitely an awesome product. That I don't think that's on sale right now. We just launched that product. But that'd be something good to add on when you're grabbing your OSHA compliance kit for home, or you're grabbing your smash or crash kit, right? That'd be awesome to add on.
Dr. Prepper.
Yeah, David said, what a coincidence, just got shipping information while the live is going on. Yeah, guys, I don't know what more proof you need than the people in the chat saying, hey, I got my order yesterday. Hey, my order just shipped. Like, we're doing this here. We're pushing out orders every single day to good Americans. We're turning down contracts in foreign countries to ensure that you, the American end user, has the gear that you need, right? Take advantage of that, because we're doing it because we love you. And we love you because there is a Mashiach who came 2023 years ago. We measure time by him, and he loved us, right? So that is awesome. And oh, surgical stapler too. We do have a skin stapler. You can look that up at the store. It was $11 discount for the surgical suture kit. There you go, man. You got a little discount.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah. So I didn't even know that Britt did that. She's so cool. She's good to you guys. She is good to y'all. For sure, for sure. Howdy, howdy, scouting in the woods. Guys, if you have any questions, you can always throw it in the chat below. What's up, Moose Run? Guys, if you need good coffee, that's a good prep right there.
The best.
It's a good prep. I think you can still grab it at our stores, so you can add it to checkout, right? But here's the thing. It's glyphosate free, right? So you don't have to worry about them turning the frogs gay. Or no, that's atrazine. I'm sorry. I get it all mixed up because it's all so bad.
Pretty sure my son asked about that because someone at Sakote was talking about that.
You're turning the freaking frogs gay. But anyways, go and grab some Moose Run Prep. The Prepping Moose is what it's called. It comes with like a little roaster, and you can add on a grinder too. It's vacuum sealed. It's in Mylar. It's all good, and it's good natural coffee beans, right? So that way, when you're having the worst day of your life, you can also enjoy a cup of coffee as you sit back and watch the world burn. That's what I want to do. Shalom, Sandy Phillips. How you doing? He said hashtag organic. And when he says organic, he's not talking about the fake organic that they're selling you in the grocery store. It is actually really organic, as in he knows the farms in which it is coming from and what they are using there. Because the dude has, like, I don't know, standards and efficacy and, like, values and morals and ethics as a person. So, you know, he's not going to sell you garbage. Throw your Folgers in the trash. What's up, Brenda Price? What's up, Hooter and Tora?
Heath tried to make, when y'all went for your ruck the other day, he, like, got his stuff out and was, like, used his jet boil to make some coffee to make sure everything was, like, right? And he used the Folgers instant coffee. And he took one sip and was like,
nope.
Tastes like chemicals. Like,
nope.
Couldn't drink it. Dumped it out.
For some reason, the HSA works with the Moose Run Prepper Bucket. Great buy for sure. Yeah, I'd be careful with that because you might get a whole, like, hey, what'd you buy question from your HSA and FSA, and they do audit.
Oh, yeah.
We send out itemized invoices all the time for HSA and FSA people. And if it's not a medical component, they'll request those funds back. So that's a thing to think about there.
Folgers isn't good enough for the garden. It would probably kill your plants, just saying.
It probably would. That's not even a lie. I have 3 tubs of Folgers coffee that somebody gave me a while ago as a prep, and that's my, like, you know, we're out of Moose Run. Where the coffee plants didn't take in the ground, and now we got to do it. Like, we got to boil up that Folgers. How comprehensive is the OSHA compliance kit? Looking to get one to replace my BS China one at work. I have my Bearfac in my truck. Just want one on the wall, even if I have to buy it myself. Okay, so Steven, you should absolutely do that. Hold on one second, and I will grab you. I'll tell you just how comprehensive it is. And I'm mic'd up as I'm running through the store. I'm running through the store right now. You guys can't see me, but you can hear me kind of. Oh, look, a child. I don't know whose child that is. That's all right. We have a safe work environment. That's how this works here.
Don't drink
that's
coffee,
a sticker.
go through some
Bye, kiddo.
Mountain
High
Dew
five.
withdrawals.
She denied me. That's okay.
You should get off of that now.
I don't need a high
First
five.
Of all,
I have my
Mountain
own
Dew's the
high
worst.
five.
Second of all,
I'm confident in who I am.
It's probably aspartame, which kills your brain cells. Stop drinking that crap.
All right. Whew, good grief, what a run. I'm back. All right, so this is the contents list for the OSHA compliance kit. This is the advanced. I recommend that everybody gets the advanced. We sell the basic for cheap companies, okay, because companies love to cut costs wherever they can. And so the basic covers both Class A and B OSHA regulations, right? The advanced, however, super exceeds it. So you've got a variety of Band-Aids, a couple of medical tapes, you have CPR, like a little pocket clamshell, you have 2 4x4 burn dressings, as well as you have a pack of individual burn shield creams. You have a couple of poly eye shields, you have an eye wash bottle, which is nice. You have a little first aid pocket guide that gives you like some insight as to what to do if this happens, if X then Y. 4 pairs of gloves, shears, a SAM splint, tourniquet, a trauma pack. A trauma pack is like all the components you'll need to support a traumatic injury, right? 2 vented chest seals, a naso, a hypothermia blanket, a splinter remover. What? That's a huge thing, guys. If you haven't used the splinter remover, it helps a lot. Then the cold pack, you get 2 cold packs, 2 compressed gauze, 3x3 gauze, 5x9 gauze, couple of triangle bandages, a couple of 2-inch ace wraps, a 3-inch ace wrap, mini duct tape. Now here's the cool stuff, right? So you get glucose gel for those low blood sugar moments, 2 things of oral rehydration salts in case you're out there sweating it out, a box of anti-diarrheal medication because dirty water is a thing, and then you get Benadryl, 25 individual packets of triple antibiotic, which is way more helpful than you think it is, especially when you cut yourself constantly on accident or on purpose. And if it's on purpose, like, seek help. I love you. And then you have 50 antiseptic towelettes and then a bunch of hand sanitizer, the 25 hand sanitizer packets. We weren't going to put the hand sanitizer in there because it creates super bugs, but that's one of those OSHA compliance things. So it is in there. That all comes in the OSHA compliance kit, the advanced version. I highly recommend that you guys grab that one right now. It's on sale. It is a badass first aid kit, not just for work, but for home or for the barn. Think about these things because accidents happen everywhere. Buddy just got an angle grinder into the leg, right? I'm sure that he had either like an OSHA compliance kit or something similar to it to where he was able to deploy goods out of.
Are the components in the kits and buckets latex free?
I think so, yeah.
Our gloves aren't latex. I think they're...
No, the gloves are not latex.
Yeah.
I know that. I don't know about this off top of the head, but I don't think there's anything latex in the OSHA compliance kit at all. I'm pretty positive on that, and because I'm not 100%, what I recommend you do is email admin, and they'll go ahead and audit everything that you're curious about and triple check to make sure, because we love you and we don't want you to have an allergic reaction. Yeah. What's an alternative to an EpiPen in an emergency situation during SHTF? Don't touch what you're allergic to. That's the best one I got. I don't. There's like some holistic and natural remedies. I'm not that guy. I'm not. I wish I was, Brenda. I wish I could tell you right now to grow, like cat's breath or something. What you got?
So, quick little DuckDuckGo search, Safari search, whatever.
Little Google foo.
The EpiPen alternative that costs just $10, and I guess it is known as generic Adrenaclick.
Adrenaclick.
Yeah.
Be cautious with that first part of the word.
Yeah.
Do some research.
I guess there's also a generic EpiPen and AlviQ, a third competitor, and that you can get for free. So I don't know. Do your research, because if these are real, I think EpiPens are pretty. EpiPens
are super hard to get, and they're very, very expensive.
Yeah. So don't worry, you can get needles for free at the pharmacy.
She says, "What if it's yellow jackets?" Yeah, I completely understand. For me and my house, we don't have any like super bad, allergic or allergies that we're dealing with like that. So I don't have a ton of context in it. But what I can do is I can have some conversation with the medical professionals on staff and see if I can't come up with a good solution for you, Brenda, because I'm curious as well, and we want to get you what you need. EpiPens run $700. You could buy a smash kit for that. Holy smokes. AVQ is the child dose version, but super cool people to work with. There you go. Munadoc Erikers knows what's up. What up, AVT, you beautiful human? Shout out to the coolest therapist I know. That guy can help you fix your anger. Well, he can help you fix your anger. You know what I mean? Like, you got to do it. It's the work. You got to pick it up and do it. But he's a really, really good guy. What else we got here? I work in a metal fabrication shop, so burns and cuts are frequent. Yeah, Steven, you got to get an OSHA compliance kit, bro. You got to get one. Just order it today because after the end of the year, I think we'll probably end up putting a lead time on it. We won't hold as many in stock just because we're trying to focus on what you guys buy and what you need. And that's, for the most part, IFACs. Lamppost Collective. Also, EpiPens don't straight up quit working when they expire. They just start to decrease in effectiveness. So if insurance covers, just keep getting additionals. Generic brand is also solid. That's a great word from the Lamppost Collective. Shout out to the Lamppost Collective. Super cool people over there. Brenda Price, you can chew 8 Benadryl if you don't have an EpiPen. I don't know. Probably would depend on your weight and the dosage and all that stuff. I mean, as all advice on the internet goes, take it with a whole bag of salt, not just a grain.
I think they retracted it already.
Yeah. That's all right. You'll have that on those big jobs. Probably didn't completely think that one through, and that's okay. I've said silly stuff as well. I can't afford EpiPens. I pray for the divine coverings of the Father and liquid and pill form Benadryl. Absolutely. I am a fervent believer that prayer works. And something I like to remember myself is I can't stop myself from dying because it's a part of life. And so everybody's got a day. Everybody's going to go meet the Father one day. I like to preserve life as best I can so that people have the most opportunity to preach and teach and accept Yeshua. Not in that order, accept, teach, and preach Yeshua. As long as possible. But hey, man, if you're going home to the King, go home to the King. Like, it is what it is. Unfortunately, I gotta wait till Friday morning for the ACH. How long is the sale? It's while supplies last, but I got about 60-ish, 70-ish, I think, left. So that should last till Friday. They're not moving at that high of a velocity. They're moving, they're boogieing. But Friday morning, I'd be on that like white on rice. That's a cooking joke for those kids out there. Well, it looks like I'll have to watch up to know on the replay. I don't know what you're talking about, Tavar. But what's up, bro? Shalom. We can prepare for our day, but it really stinks when it's your pilot's day. Yeah, no joke. That's why I don't fly a lot, to be honest. It's a lot of trust I'm putting in some dude I don't know. I'll get some better pics to y'all rocking our gear. Dude, that's awesome, Striker. We love photos of you guys rocking our gear. Just post it on socials and tag us, man, because then we'll share it out and people might start following you. You get to meet new people that are into the same stuff you are. It's a great way to connect with Refuge Nation. We love this being a community here. We don't ever want this to be like, hey, buy our stuff and this is why. Like, no. This is about a group of people getting better together, right? We chose the vehicle of medical kits years ago because it saves freaking lives, bro. Like it's just such a W. It's just a win, right? Howdy, howdy. As an outdoorsman, is the adventure kit the best option? What would y'all think for a smaller kit for backpacking? The travel kit, question mark? If you're backpacking, it depends on how much capability you're wanting to have. If you're just wanting trauma med, right? Just trauma med, then I'd probably go with a BPK Advanced, right? BPK Advanced goes in a rucksack pretty easy. It's got a lot of great components in it. If you're like, man, I want maybe like some boo-boo and some field care and stuff like that. Yeah, the travel kit would be good. The Bare Minimum 2.0 though, the Bare Min 2.0, that thing is banging. And it mollies the outside of gear super easily. It's not as big. I got one right here.
It's on sale right now too.
Yeah, it is on sale right now.
You know why?
I think we're out of gray.
That color is not good.
I think we're out of gray. I think we're fresh out of gray Bare Mins. I'm not joking.
They all sold?
I think so. Are we Bare Mins in gray? Is that still a thing? No. She gone. So you can't get it in gray, but you can get it in a different color. So The bare min, it mollies to the back of your gear, whatever have you. Tourniquet on the outside. There's usually shears right here, but I'm going to assume that probably Heath stole them because you'll have that on those big jobs.
Yeah, I told you he went scouring the building early. Like he was for a while was just going around like I'm taking these.
Looking for shears. So you pull the red handle, right? And in here, you have a pretty comprehensive little first aid kit, right? So you've got quick clot, you got compressed gauze behind it, emergency trauma dressing, your Sharpie. This is rolled gauze, which we don't put in the Bear Fact, but we put in this one. You have your gloves right here in the back. You have your burn shield and your chest seals. And then down here in the bottom, you have a boo-boo gauze pack, right? So this is like your smaller gauze. Maybe something weird happened. You scraped yourself. Then you've got boo-boo wipes, and then you also have Band-Aids, right? And in the boo-boo wipes, it's BZKs, there's antiseptic, burn shield, and I think there's some anti-itch and stuff too. So that's pretty freaking cool there. That all comes in the Bare Min 2.0. That is on sale right now. I recommend you get it, especially if you're looking to get it on sale, because those guys, like, we started with gray and those suckers flew off the shelf. So don't delay. Get it today. I don't know.
Which covers are best to hide from IR? Like which fabric?
None of them really. That's not how IR works. If you're like hiding from an IR light and you're trying to diminish your signature, go with multicam, because that's what that fabric is partially designed to do. And we do use actual multicam. All of our products are actual Brookwood nylon, and so it's similar to the same way that multicam is crafted. But I mean, dude, why are you hiding from IR? Like, don't be wherever that is. As a guy who knows a little bit that much about it, like in actuality, that's a bad day. It's a bad day. You want to be somewhere else, but multicam. Oh, the Rickster asked that. He's probably just being curious. See, that guy. What would be the best medical kit that you'd recommend for musicians? That's a really good question. So if you're like a slapping the bass or playing the guitar, you're probably dealing with like a lot of calluses and cuts and stuff like that consistently. If you're playing the drums, you might like be catching some fragmentation from broken sticks. I'd probably go with the Bare Min 2.0 because you still have that trauma capability, right? Because accidents happen regardless. I've seen people get cut with guitar strings before. I've seen people trip and fall into cymbals and get stabbed. All that happens, so you have the trauma capability, and then you also have the everyday boo-boo capability of just like, I has cut on finger, need Band-Aid, right? So I think that would be the great choice there, David. I would go with the Bare Min 2.0, or, which actually, you know what? This would probably be a better choice, because if you're a musician, hopefully you have a band, and if you don't have a band, hopefully you have like a little jam group that like you and the buddies hang out and jam. Get an OSHA compliance kit, because the OSHA compliance kit exceeds the workforce expectations, and you've got like eye wash and OTC meds and stuff like that. So that way, if you're jamming out and the tunes are just so good that you get diarrhea, like you have some anti-diarrheal medication, you never know, dude. Sometimes the sound is pounding and it just makes your tummy upset. It happens.
Or you eat some like food on the road.
Yeah, you eat some like really bad roadie food and now you need some meds. So grab the OSHA compliance kit. That'd be awesome. I'm thinking to snag a set of either skills or pockets, or slicks or pockets for daily in my work pants and for the baby bag of my wife. Thoughts or recommendations? Baby bag for your wife should have a boo-boo. The boo-boo has an S-mark bandage in it, and the S-mark bandage is awesome for child tourniquets, especially for little babies. So I would add that to the wife's bag, and then it depends on how much room you have in your pockets, right? The slit kit and the pocket kit are pretty similar. There's a little bit of variation. There's a little bit more capability in the pocket kit. So if you're like, man, I live a dangerous lifestyle, go with the pocket kit and get a bigger, cargo pocket. And then if you're like, hey, I want to make sure I have trauma capability on me, carry a slit kit. Like most of us carry slit kits every single day. I have 4, I think, slit kits that I carry in differing ways and locations and stuff like that. But you really can't go wrong with either of those. The Bear Fact does have extra room to add other medical equipment. You gotta be creative if it does. Actually, that's not true. there's a really good spot to add extra medical equipment in the Bear Vac and the Bear Min. It's right here on the top, this little loop. A lot of people don't realize this. We built this to fit a soft tee, a SWAT tee, rolled gauze, an ace bandage, all that stuff can go in this little elastic loop right here. This stretches like so, and then the lid can go right over it. No biggie. So that's really where I would put some stuff. Echo Yankee just dropped in to say, hey Bob. Hey Echo Yankee, you cool guy. These are great questions, guys. This has been a great conversation so far. Up till now, LOL, been busy getting some stuff figured out for the Ruckus here locally and planning the event sponsorships. Hopefully the effort pays off. Yeah, guys, the Ruckus is going to be great. You should make sure you're clearing your calendar and signing up now. Like, if you haven't signed up for the Ruckus, go sign up now. Like, even if you don't have all your sponsorship figured out, go register and sign up now so that way you have your slot and we know to prepare for you, because there's stuff that you guys get for rucking, and we want to make sure that everybody gets their stuff and everybody's taken care of. And we need as many great men and women as possible in the streets rucking to bring awareness to the absolute travesty that is child sex trafficking here in the United States. Not in Laos, not in Cambodia, not in Ecuador, not in Somalia. Here in Conus, in Florida, in Missouri, in Oklahoma, in wherever you're living, it is happening, okay? And we need great men and women who have no fear and are bold as lions to stand up and say, no, this is a problem. And other people need to prioritize it as a problem too, because it's all fun and games until it happens to someone you love, which, by the way, every day it happens. So think about that. If you're not registered for the Ruckus, get going. Seriously. And if you're like, what's the Ruckus? The Refuge Ruckus is an event that we are putting on next spring. And what it is we are doing a large-scale ruck, as well as a party, as well as a huge Bible study, as well as we have a bunch of speakers coming to discuss child sex trafficking and the horrors behind it and how we can make a difference. It's not about fear-mongering or anything like that. It's about information. It's an information exchange, as well as it's a bold opportunity to stand firm in your faith and in your beliefs. And we need men and women to come together for that. Like, we need them. So get on it. Think about it.
So Echo wanted to know if can he still come even if he can't afford the sign-up fee?
Reach out to email events@calebhouse.org and talk to the staff over there. They might figure out some way like bartering or something like that. Who knows? They're pretty creative people. And I know that they want people to be involved. So, I mean, maybe that'll help you there. A fight against pure evil. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Any ETA on the Boo Boo Kit? Yeah, probably tomorrow it's coming back in stock. I don't know. I just had a meeting with our production manager on Monday. He's an absolute awesome dude. I'm going to sneeze. Wow. Good grief. I'm sorry for everybody who just got sneezed on. It's just, sometimes the nose does stuff. However, I just had a meeting with the production manager, and we really discussed how to streamline manufacturing, how to make sure you guys have the best product possible. And Boo Boo Kits were number 3 in production right now. We just picked up 1 and 2, so they should be next. They really should be next. Bless you, the Rickster. Freaking love that guy. Barton is a great idea. Some people want to give all their money to the cause, but just don't have it. Neat. Yeah, that's another thing. That's a great idea, Heather. If you can't afford it, say like, oh man, I really can't afford that sign-up fee, go find 10 people. Go find 10 people that watched that movie about trafficking that came out this year and cared, right? Go find 15 people at your church. Go find 25 people at your church to give $10, right? Go on your social media. Go to the different churches in your area. Like, that's the thing is, do you care? Like, can you spend a Sunday doing this, right? Like, can you explain, like, can you go in front of your, like, Big C church in your community, talk to the pastor, schedule a meeting, be like, hey, man, I want to take up funds to raise for this cause. Can you help me? This is a group that believes in the Mashiach. This is a group that's trying to do this stuff, and look at the fruit there. Look at the fruit, right? Inspect it. But you guys got to be our hands and feet, and you got to encourage other people to take part as well, because we cannot do it without you, okay? We cannot do it without you. We need you. We really need you. Gesundheit. Thanks, Hemi. I didn't know that's how you spelt that, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that might be right. Also, can someone send me the pants waist sizes of the men at Refuge? I have some stuff I'd like to send y'all. Email us, and what do you want to send us?
More info.
Yeah, more info. I don't know how I want to just wear your pants, bro. That's not me being weird either, Steven. I don't like getting in guys' pants. You know what I'm saying? oh, that came out wrong. Classic, Bob. Classic. Also, what makes the boo-boo a better choice for a baby bag? What's the intended use case difference between that and other kits? Great question, Ruben. So the reason I like the boo-boo for the baby bag is because, one, it has like a bunch of boo-boo gauze and like boo-boo capability. That's usually what happens to babies and kids because they're like really bad at walking and stuff. Like they suck, and it's because they just learned. And it also has an S mark in it, and like I said, the S mark is one of the best options for a child tourniquet. That with a Slishman or a SWAT tee. And so we built that with the idea of like going into the diaper bag, going into mom's purse, stuff like that. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight. Whereas, you know, the Bear Fac is an amazing first aid kit. It's really built for adults experiencing trauma medical emergencies, right? The boo-boo's, what?
Low profile.
Yeah, and the boo-boo is low profile. If you guys are ever wondering, like, which kit is best for me, like, what should I be doing right now, go to the website. A bunch of our awesome designers put together a quiz at the bottom of the website that says, which kit do I need? Click that bad mamma jamma, fill out the little questionnaire. It takes like 30 to 45 seconds, and you'll have a good path forward as to a couple of different kits that might work for you. And we give you options. We're not just like, you know, which kit's best for me? Stomp bag. No, that's ridiculous. I actually don't think that you can even get a stomp bag as an answer for that quiz. But we give you options in different price points and a variety, right? Which is really important. Absolutely, Ruben. It's an honor and a pleasure. That's why we do these things. Bear brief prototypes. Once again, I don't want to get in your pants, bro.
That just keeps getting brought up.
You're so weird.
Like, no.
Stop being weird, internet. Moose Run is doing a Grindstone Kale House fundraising on the 18th to the 22nd. 15% of proceeds get donated. So if you're going to go and get your prepping coffee, right, I would do it during those days because that way those proceeds go to an organization that's actually going to use them. And I personally have been on deployment with Grindstone Ministries. I know a person involved with Caleb House, and I've heard some of the stories. And man, hands and feet, they are doing it. Yod, they are doing it, and they need help, just like everybody. Everybody needs help, but these organizations are stifled pretty consistently because it turns out that like the mass media and like the powers that be don't want people fighting child sex trafficking. I don't know why. I'm sure it's not related. I'm sure there's no correlation whatsoever. I'm sure that nobody was on Epstein's flight list, so no need to be concerned there. Running Bear Facs in each of our vehicles, but just looking to fill out the EDC a bit better. Heck yeah, Ruben. Yeah, I would think that a Boo-Boo 2.0, that's magnifique, brother. That's what you're looking for there. That's a little bit of extra capability. Josephus said, training you mentioned?
Did you actually ever finish your thought, or did you get distracted?
I'm sure I got distracted.
Because I don't remember, you like brought it up, and then I'm not sure anything else was said.
Well, people ask questions. We have talks. So, a bunch of you wonderful guys and gals have been reaching out about training. I sat in an exec meeting today for 2 hours, and we discussed when our next training date could be because we're busy. We're busy over here. And we have figured out our next training dates. I'm not saying it.
Wait,
I'm not saying the date. I'm not saying the date.
Can you say the season?
It's the spring. Okay? It's later in the spring, and it is going to be here at Refuge. We're going to do new classes with new stuff, okay? As well as we're going to have a large-scale house party. We had a smaller scale house party last time we had a training here. It was awesome. We had food catered, music, prayer, praise.
Show out for that too.
It was freaking fun, man. We had dudes walking around with belt feds. Like, it was a really good time. This time, we are, I'm not going to say it, all right? I'm just going to say that, like, there might be some preparedness training in there. What? There might be some tactical training in there. What? As well as, of course, there's going to be awesome TECC training, so Tactical Emergency Casualty Care training, right? That's all going to be available for you guys. The second that the dates are announced, which should be here probably this weekish, right? It's Wednesday now, so that gives us 2 days to figure out our lives.
That gives us 1 day. Okay. Let's be real here.
Well, we get to.
Yeah, I was gonna say. On Fridays.
And so, guys, really pay attention. So it's not going to be on the training site. We're going to host it on the Refuge Medical site because that's where most of you guys go. The second it goes out, the first people that get it, that know about it, are going to be the ones who are subscribed to the text message. So the SMS and the Patreons are going to be the people that get to know first. So you have the Patreon group and the SMS group. If you're not subscribed to the SMS, first of all, you're missing out on hilarious text messages. And joke's on you, okay? You think that we're just some regular company that's going to text you some deal? False.
No.
We're going to send you memes, all right? So chill. Second of all, you're missing out on the opportunities for launches, right? And because we're always going to go to our most loyal customers first because we love you guys. You guys are the ones that are built this brand from the ground up. Fun fact, we actually are not the ones that buy stuff here all the time. We can't support this whole company just like the 8 of us. You guys are. And so we want to make sure to offer it to our most trusted, most loyal customers first. So go and subscribe and sign up for the SMS texts.
How do they sign up?
How do you sign up for the SMS text, Britt?
On the website.
On the website, there's a pop-up. Take your pop-up blocker off because I understand why you have it off.
Or it was in the Black Friday, Cyber Monday newsletter. It was on the bottom of that newsletter.
Yeah, so it was also in the Black Friday, Cyber Monday newsletter. Guys, here's the thing is, we're not going to try to convince people to sign up for SMS because that's like Refuge Nation homies. So we're not going to be like, sign up, because we really want the people who are paying attention to sign up for those types of deals.
I will go add it into the footer too.
Okay.
So they can go in just the footer and just sign up because it'll be an email pop-up and then the second dairy after the email is the text.
Yeah, the way we hit you on the website is the email pops up so that way you can get your discount. Then the SMS pops up, but Britt's going to add it to the footer down at the bottom of the website to sign up for SMS. Right now, we got about 1,000 people. Those are 1,000 dedicated customers that open every text message, okay? And bless y'all, if that's you on the other side of the camera, we freaking love you, and I'm going to send you a meme today. Second of all, that's a lot of people that are going to compete for these classes because these classes are going to be, it's going to be like 50 slots, I think. We'll have 25 and 25. So you got to be ready, quick on the hip, be looking for it this week. Once it launches, get on it because you really are going to have a short time period. Which site? Refuge ? Yes, the Refuge site. It's not there yet because Britt can only type so fast, but once she gets it up there, that's where it'll be. Rickster said, "Where's Dudley?" I don't know. I don't know.
Off doing the thing.
He's somewhere doing the things, I'm sure. Like, he's probably driving something that weighs more than this building right now. If I were a betting man, he's like transporting a tank or maybe like an F-22 Raptor or maybe just like driving around like trash. I don't know, dude. He's always like transporting some sort of cool stuff around, though, if I ever ask him.
Can they respond to the text?
I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. I haven't seen a response. I'll have to see.
You can respond.
I'm sure you can
to
respond,
the
but I don't.
Customer service text, because I get responses all the time.
Yeah.
Everybody over there gets responses.
You
all the
definitely can respond to customer service text when we send you your order, when you get your personalized text message. There's literally a dude with a cell phone there. It's not like some automated system. We have 2 cell phones, and we film a video, and then we send the video, and every week somebody has to sit there and delete
my
1,000
God,
videos. But it's super funny. Somebody said price question mark. Price to
Probably
what?
training. That'll be up when.
Oh, that'll be up. It'll be up there. I don't know. Probably like my goal is to be comfortably under $800. That's my goal. I just have to run the final numbers and get the big boss man's approval and make sure everything is copacetic clear, and then we'll be good to go. Just got the notification. Thanks, YouTube. Shalom, Bob, and all at Refuge Medical. Tommy, that's crazy, bro. We've been here for like an hour and over an hour. Dang, I hate YouTube. Well, I don't hate you, YouTube. Please don't delete us because I love talking to my people. It's live in the footer. So if you haven't subscribed to the SMS, go subscribe in the footer. That's the best way to figure out about the new trainings that are coming up in the spring. Guys, that's in the spring.
Sign up so I know about it.
I know that. Well, nobody knows about it. I hadn't said anything until this moment right now. I hadn't even talked to the team about it. But that's because I came from a meeting to eat lunch to go into this. So that's how it works. There used to be a bunch of aid rendered stories on the Refuge site. Can't find them now. Did they get removed?
No.
I don't think they got removed. They might have got changed. We mess with our website constantly. Constantly we change how things are organized, and the reason we do that is because you ever go to a restaurant and like you have a 9-page menu where everything is just like listed together? It's really overwhelming. So what we don't ever want to happen is that we, put so much stuff on the site that it gets overwhelming, and you're just like, I don't even know what to do. I'm leaving this place, right?
I can tell them exactly where to go.
Where do they go?
Go to the search bar, put in aid rendered. It will pull up a page. Click it where it tells you aid rendered. I don't have the mic on, so you might have to say this again. But you can just scroll and scroll and scroll through there. And there's photos. Beware. There's
photos. Okay, so go to the website, search aid rendered, and you'll be able to see stories, accounts, pictures. I don't think there's any videos there, but all that is accessible for you guys to see data, right? What kits are being used? What was successful? What didn't work? All of those things are accessible inside of the aid rendered stories. We're not like, oh, change what they sent us because they said they didn't like this. No, like we listened to that. That's why the Bear Fact 3.0 is the way it is. That's why the Bear Min 2.0 is the way that it is because we heard our people and we want to change things based off the feedback you give us, because that's how a business should work. We should be solving problems actively for you, not the other way around, right? And a lot of businesses are like, please buy my stuff and solve all my problems. Like, no, dude, we'll solve your problems. If you want to buy our stuff, cool. If not, also cool. We love you. What you got?
Bob, interested in a spiritual question today?
Yeah. Sure.
Send it.
Send it. If you got a spiritual question, send it. I don't know if I got the answer, but I mean, I'll try. I don't know. We're all in this together. We're all brothers and sisters here.
Mr. Board in Texas.
Thank you.
Mr. Board in Texas said, I wish I would have found you guys before I messed up and brought my medic.
Oh, that's okay. We're still here.
Yeah, we're still here. Redeem yourself.
Redeem yourself. That's all right. It's the comeback kid. No Lashon Hara. Yeah. No Lashon Hara. Do what you want. Speak no evil, and make good choices.
Rickster wants to pray too before we.
Yeah, absolutely, Rickster. We will 100% pray. We will 100% pray before we hop off here. I got a couple more minutes that I can spend with y'all. And Mr. Board in Texas, there's still great kits at My Medic. There is. All right. There really are. Do I agree with everything they do? No, I don't. We're a different company. That's kind of the point. I'm positive they don't agree with everything we do. But I'm not in the business of hating on other people, and we're not in the same category. We're not in the same lane. We're not doing the same things. We're out here, If you want to know what our focus is, it's the mission statement. Save lives while in service to the Father's kingdom and experience the abundance of his provision and blessing. That's what we're about. What you got?
Questions there if you want to read it.
All right. Okay, sending. How do you navigate decisions where both options are good, righteous, and Yah hasn't given a clear directive on what you should do? Ooh. Okay. What does the most good? Because we have a directive, right? My directive always comes back to what Messiah told us, and it's on my arm right here. Matthew 28:19, go through all the nations, making disciples, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Freely it has been given to you, so freely go give. Which one is going to, in your current state, cause the most impact for the kingdom? Which one is going to bring people, the most people, closer to the Father? Because that's what it's all about. There's a million righteous things that people can do every day, right? I could be somewhere else right now doing righteous things, but I'm here having this conversation with you, right? Because this is right now what I feel is going to have the most impact for the kingdom is if we have this conversation. It's a challenging time right now. It's a challenging time because it's getting harder and harder every day to discern the voice for those of you who aren't listening. For those of us who are listening, there's times where he speaks softly so that we have to really lean in. And that's good. It's good to lean into Dad. And maybe, I don't know, maybe go back and read what Messiah did when he was here and put it through that filter and put it through that lens. Like, what the Christians say all the time. WWJD, what would Jesus do? What would he do? Like, if Mashiach was sitting down and he was looking at option A and he was looking at option B, which one would he pick? And also, do you have to pick? Because remember, all things are possible through Christ who compels us, right? So, can you do both? Are both an option? I mean, there's been a few times in my life where I'm like, I have to pick. It's like, oh, wait. I actually don't have to pick. I can do both. I can work for both. And that does happen. Remember, there's not only one path that is the will of God. Otherwise, if we make a wrong choice or SOL, if both paths are righteous and good, then both paths are the will of Yah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Bob, where's Brother Phelps? Brother Phelps is no longer with Refuge, man. He had a shift in his career path, and he's currently trying to seek what the Father wants to do for him in his life. And, dude, I love that guy, and I hope he's doing good. I do. I talked to him, what was it, about a week ago? Yeah, last week. We sat down and talked outside the building for, I don't know, an hour and a half. And he's just trying to figure out what does the Lord want for his life, Yes, I do have to pick. Both is not an option, but that gives me good things to think on. Thank you. Yeah, lamppost, I figured probably both wasn't an option. It's hard to be in two places at once, isn't it? It's really hard. What's going to have the most impact? Think about it.
Can I touch on that?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
At the end of the day, the Father does not give a crap what you do, as long as it brings honor to Him.
Good word.
So, analyze yourself. What is the purpose within your heart? What's your desire, right? If your desire is to bring honor to Him, then if you have an opportunity to make a move and it maybe provides more money, then by all means do it. Otherwise, if the Father has provided for you where you're at, you need to be open to the idea that maybe He wants to keep you there.
Yeah.
It's just self-analyzation, so we don't need to get worked up in the idea of what is the will of the Father.
Yeah.
What is your desire?
Amen.
Is your desire to please the Father?
Yeah.
And He's going to prosper that. And there's scriptural reference in Deuteronomy 29 and 30 for that.
So, I don't know which one of you it is. I don't care either, because I'm talking to both of you. You know what to do. You already know. And that, I'm not speaking either side. But you know what to do. And your spirit knows what to do, and you're scared. And I get that. I was scared too. I'll be scared again. It is hard. Narrow is the path. It is hard to follow him. Pray, fast, seek him, and seek wise counsel as you're doing right now.
That's a good word.
Continue to seek wise counsel. In the mouths of 2 or 3, let a thing be established. You are not alone. It is impossible for you to be alone because the Spirit dwells in you. Okay? I love you. You're going to figure this out. And newsflash, he already figured it out. All your days are numbered. He knows what you're going to do. He knows our heart and our mind. On that, we're going to pray. And then I'm going to go do something else. I don't know what it is. Hopefully it's righteous and good and glorifies him. So let's bow. Oh, holy, holy, holy. Adonai, El Shaddai, Elohim, Yahweh, Yahweh, Jehovah, God, Almighty. We love you. We really love you. We have no idea how to do this stuff right, and we're really, really grateful for your book and for your beautiful, beautiful Son who came to teach us and continues to teach us through your Spirit that you sent and poured out. Father, I just ask that you would guide all of the people here right now. Put your hand on their shoulder. Let them feel your love and compassion. Let them know that you are with them. And if you're with them, who can be against us right now? Nobody. No weapon formed shall prosper. We know that your word will not return void. And Father, there are so many people right now that are struggling in this world, and we lift them up to you because we just need a revival for you. Mashiach, would you please just teach us how to teach others the way that you did? Teach us how to make a difference like you did. Let us follow you. Please. Anything that is not of you, I give it no strength in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Christ, the Anointed One, the Son of David. Father, would you please just show us your will for our lives. Transform us, mold us, make us new so that people in our lives see us and see you as a witness and a testimony to your glory, not to us. We suck and you know it. Thank you for your mercy because of it. Thank you that you, the Holy Creator, would die for us. That is, it's unfathomable. I don't know how to understand it. Father, I ask that anybody who is seeking your will, you would just show them abundantly what it is, so clearly. Make it a big stop sign in their life, a big old neon sign, so that way they can continue to build the kingdom. We love you. We just want to serve you. I praise you that I get to do this, that this is my job. I praise you that these are my people. I praise you that this is our business. I praise you that all of this is yours, all of it, and you let us have this little sliver to steward. Please bless us so that we can bless others. Please use us so that we can serve others. And please just continue to give your guiding hand. We love you. I praise you, Yeshua. Gosh, you are so freaking cool. It's in your name. Amen. All right. Good little prayer. Praise Yah. So, we've all got stuff to do. Now, 1, in everything you do, whether you eat, whether you drink, or whatever you do all unto the glory of the Most High God. Do everything for Him. And 2, carry an effing tourniquet. I love y'all. Shalom.